Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. We will continue the numericals that we have left in yesterday's class. Continue the question. At 27 degrees Celsius, find the ratio of RMS velocity of oxygen to ozone. Try the answer. What is RMS velocity formula? Square root of
3RT by M.
M, right. 3R constant, temperature is set 25 degrees Celsius, that is also constant. Therefore, RMS velocity can say proportional to 1 by square root of M. If RMS velocity of oxygen to ozone to be taken, there should be molecular mass of ozone to molar mass of oxygen square root. Right? That will be 48 divided by 32. That is 3 by 2, right? 1.5. Square root of 1.5. Got the answer? Write the next question. A mixture of helium and argon contains 3 moles of helium for every 2 moles of argon. Find the partial pressure of argon. Find the partial pressure of argon. Given are options A 2 by 3 P, B 1 by 3 P, 2 by 5 P, 3 by 5 P. If you have completed answering, you must tell me the answer.
Spandana and Sudeep are online.
Okay.
One or two or three are there. That only
Spandana.
books are there. Files are there.
Spandana can answer if you have finished solving it. Sudeep also can answer.
Ma'am, what is total pressure, ma'am?
That is given in the option, right? Total pressure is not required. Option is given in terms of total pressure itself.
2 by
Please
5.
Yes, you got the option C, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. Could you get Darshan? Yeah, that is given here. Partial pressure of argon requires number of moles of argon over number of moles of argon plus number of moles of helium. How many argon number of moles? 2 divided by number of moles of helium. 2 plus 3. This gives 2 plus this to be multiplied by total pressure into total pressure, that gives 2 by 5 P. That is option C. Next one. Note the next question. Temperature of a sample of gas is raised from 127 degrees Celsius to 527 degree Celsius. The average kinetic energy of the gas. Take the options. A, doesn't change. B, doubles. C, halves. D, you take as can't be calculated. Solve it and get me the answer. Anyone solved?
No, increase.
Pardon? Sudeep has solved?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What's the answer?
Becomes half.
Becomes? I've given the options.
Half.
Half, sir.
Half.
Camera not visible.
Okay, we'll just see. Kinetic
Doubles,
energy is
ma'am.
asked, right? What is kinetic energy formula? 3 by 2
Half
RT.
kBT.
That means kinetic energy is proportional to temperature. Hence here I can say kinetic energy is proportional to temperature. What is asked here? Temperature, if this is T1 and this is T2, T1 is how many Kelvin? First you have in Kelvin. Plus 273. That is 400, right? And this is 800 Kelvin. Those are the temperatures given, T1 and T2. The average kinetic energy of the gas. What would happen to the average kinetic energy of the gas from condition 1 to condition 2? This is the question. So kinetic energy 2 divided by kinetic energy 1. If you take the ratio, what it would be? T2 by T1. That is 800 by 400, which gives you the answer 2. Therefore, kinetic energy of the second case is 2 times kinetic energy of the first state. Hence, what would happen, Sudeep?
Calculation error, ma'am.
Calculation error. Okay. It will be doubled. Understood? The question is the average kinetic energy of the gas. That means from condition 1, when it goes to the condition 2, what would happen to the kinetic energy? It will be doubled. Suppose the temperature is given from 527 to 127, then it would be halved. Okay, but now as temperature increases, kinetic energy also would increase. This is one hint, in fact. When temperature increases, as you all know, kinetic energy and temperature are directly proportional. When temperature increases, kinetic energy has to increase. It cannot be halved. Sudeep. When
Okay, ma'am.
temperature increases, kinetic energy cannot decrease. It has to be doubled. Hence, even if you don't solve this, from here itself we can say from the option, only doubling is the option where kinetic energy is increasing. Rest all are doesn't change, cannot calculate, you leave it. And this is decreasing, so it has to be the one which increases, where it gets doubled. Right? If you apply the logic without solving, you can get the answer for this. Because kinetic energy and temperature are directly proportional. Fine? Next question. The molar mass of a gas which diffuses through a porous plug of porous plug of 1/6 the speed of hydrogen
Hello, example for 7.
under identical conditions.
Yeah, tell me. Already yesterday itself I water field.
Options 27, 72, 36, 48. Solve it.
Yesterday I sent Sohan's number to your now place number to your WhatsApp number at 9 o'clock. Yes, somebody checked just 1 second. Somebody checked that. See that? Yeah.
Related to what this concept is? This question is rate of diffusion,
Grams
right? Rate
law.
of diffusion. Yeah, Gram's law, right? That to be related to what? Molar mass. You take the relation between rate of diffusion and molar mass. That is R1 by R2 equal to square root of M2 by M1. Right? Molar mass of a gas. If you assume hydrogen as gas 1, assume hydrogen as 1 and the gas as 2. Then R1, it is given that the rate of diffusion of the gas is 1/6 that of hydrogen. Then what will be R2? Rate of diffusion is 1/6 times R1. Correct, is given, which diffuses through the porous plug of 1/6 the speed of hydrogen. Hence, if R2, 2 we have assigned for the gas and 1 for hydrogen. Hence, R2 should be 1/6 times that of R1, that is of hydrogen. Or here, what will be the ratio R1 by R2? R1 by R2. It is 1 by 1/6, no? When you take R1, divide by R2, this comes to the other side, that will be equal to 6. Is it? Hence, here you can write R1 by R2, which is equal to 6, equal to square root of M2, which is unknown, divided by M1. How much is the molar mass of hydrogen? 2, square root. Now solve for M. You can square on both sides. 6 square is 36, equal to M2 by 2. Hence, M2 would be equal to 36 into 2. That gives the answer 72. Option B. Understood, students? Is this clear? Next one. Note the next question. Dalton's law is not applicable to Dalton's law is not applicable to. The options are,
Reacting gases.
yeah, options are not applicable to. Your answer. Who can answer this? Rakesh, can you try?
Ma'am,
Rakesh?
hydrogen and nitrogen.
Hydrogen and nitrogen. Option A, you are saying.
Yes, ma'am.
We will check it. Any other options, students, you would like to answer? Sudeep?
Rakesh is also online.
Okay, Rakesh gave the answer. Sudeep and Spandana. What about you? B. Someone is saying B. Someone has said A. Any other option that you would like to opt? Students. Spandana, can you try? Can you try the option? Dalton's law is not applicable on which type of gases, as someone already said? Not applicable on reactive gases. It is applicable on non-reactive gases. Among these, we have to decide. The condition, temperature condition is not given. That means it is at the normal condition of temperature and pressure. In case condition of temperature is not mentioned, under room temperature, as Rakesh said, hydrogen and nitrogen. Under room temperature, do hydrogen and nitrogen react? Rakesh, does hydrogen and nitrogen react at room temperature? If that is the case, in the atmosphere, there is hydrogen, there is nitrogen, it would have reacted and the atmosphere full would have been with ammonia. Right? Do you get the smell of ammonia in the atmosphere as such? No, that means nitrogen, hydrogen do not react. Of course, they react under drastic conditions, right? In Haber's process, you have learned. Nitrogen and hydrogen forms ammonia when temperature is in the order 700 Kelvin, pressure is in the order 200 atmosphere. Moreover, in the presence of catalyst, under drastic condition, only those two gases react. Otherwise, under normal condition, nitrogen, hydrogen do not react. Therefore, Dalton's law can be applied on that. Hence, that is not the option. Same as that, hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Do they react? Option C. Do they react? If they react, again, the atmosphere would have been what? Contaminated, right? By their products. It doesn't happen. But hydrogen and chlorine, option B. As you said, Darshan, you are right. Hydrogen and chlorine is the option where these are reactive gas. In fact, hydrogen and chlorine are, their reaction is explosive one. Okay? Hydrogen and chlorine react explosively because they have very high affinity for each other. This is the reason where you might have heard some extra information I would like to give on this question. You might have heard in some of the cells where sodium chloride, saturated sodium chloride, even the Nelson cell or those cells, in such cases, electrolysis is done on the salt solution. In saturated sodium chloride, if subjected to electrolysis, what is electrolysis? Electricity is passed by which the elements are, salt is decomposed into its elements, right? Sodium chloride, saturated solution of sodium chloride, which is called as brine. When saturated sodium chloride is subjected to electrolysis, it has sodium chloride along with water. Sodium chloride provides chlorine gas, whereas water provides hydrogen gas during the process. Correct? Chlorine being anion liberates at the anode, hydrogen being cation liberates at the cathode. These two gases are liberated at the anode and cathode. What if anode and cathodes are not properly separated in the cell? Yes, these two reactive gases react explosively and the cell will explode. That is why anode and cathode are carefully separated in such cells by using some diaphragm. Using asbestos diaphragm, anode and cathode are separated because those are explosively reactive gases under normal condition itself. It doesn't require very high temperature or pressure. Under normal condition itself, those are highly reactive gases. This chlorine is not present in the atmosphere. Otherwise, it would have reacted. Got it? Hence, option is B. Next, right? Unit of A. What is A? Van der Waals constant. Write the options. Four options are given.
Option A.
Option A. Okay. Any other option? All. Last option is all the above. Someone said A. C. Someone is saying C. One has said A, one has said C. Any other answers? What is the term A comes in? It is A n square by V square, which is the pressure correction factor. Hence, dimension of pressure correction factor and P should be same. From here, we can say A equal to P V square by n square. We have seen in the previous class by applying pressure in atmosphere, volume in liter, we get this option. That is correct. I've shown even getting this. That is pressure is in Newton per meter square into meter power 6 it comes. Meter square as the meter cube square. This also we have checked, right? A and C are correct. Let us check this one. Dyne. Dyne is the unit of what? Dyne is the unit of force, right? What is pressure in terms of force? Force by area, right? Dyne is a unit of this pressure. For pressure, I am applying force divided by area. They have taken in centimeter. Area can be centimeter square. This much becomes pressure, no? Correct? Force is dyne divided by area, centimeter square. So pressure's unit I have applied into volume, centimeter cube square. Number of moles into mole minus 2. Here what would happen? Dyne centimeter square, centimeter power 6 leaves centimeter power 4 mole minus 2. What about the option C? B. Option B also is correct. That means answer is D, all the above. Got it? Is this clear, students? Now to the next question. The van der Waals constant for gaseous HCl, van der Waals constant for gaseous HCl are given as A equal to 0.367 Newton meter power 4 mole power minus 2 and B equal to 0.0408 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube mole inverse. Calculate critical constants of the gas. Critical constants of HCl. What do you mean by that? Critical constants. To calculate the critical constant, you have to calculate critical temperature, critical pressure, critical volume. What is the formula you have for critical temperature? T is equal to
8A by 27 RB.
8A by 27 RB. Good. P is equal to A by 27 B square. V is equal to 3B, right? Apply the given values and get the answer. Have you done the formula list? Is ready? Good. Give me the answer as you get. I will leave this question here because it requires calculation. You calculate and tell me in the next class this answer. Okay. Those who are there in the online, this question you have to take as homework and let me know the answer in the next class. We will move to the next question. Read the next question. The critical temperature and pressure of a gas. Critical temperature and pressure of a gas at 393 Kelvin, at 393 Kelvin and 50 atmosphere respectively are. You have to calculate critical temperature and critical pressure of the gas. Are given there. You have to calculate van der Waals constant. Critical temperature and critical pressure are given here. TC and PC are given. Calculate A and P. Van der Waals constant. What method you can apply to this? Anyone can suggest? Can anyone suggest the method? They have given PC and TC values. You have to find the value of B. I have left these equations on the board. With the help of this, can you find? We had another relation. Yesterday we have derived. How much is this ratio? 3/8, right? 3 by 8. Using these relations, can you calculate what way? You can first calculate B, right? How? VC is not given. In this formula to use, you know PC, you know TC, you know the value of R. VC is unknown. You can take VC in the form of 3B, isn't it? So here you can make this equation as PC into 3B by R into TC equal to 3 by 8, correct? Can you derive the relation for B from here? 3 cancels. So what will be B? R, TC, take this to the other side, becomes 8 times PC, is it? Where B equal to R, TC divided by 8 times PC, right? You know the value of TC and PC, apply here. It's given in atmosphere. So R should be, what should be the value of R? What should be the value of R? 8.314, can you take that? It should be 0.08. R, the value of R, you can note students, R can have different values. 8.314 is in joules per Kelvin per mole. If SI system, rest are given in SI system, you will use this value. R can be 0.082, you can assume it as 0.8 itself, in liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole, or same thing you can take in liter bar per Kelvin per mole, with a slight difference of the third decimal, 0.083 and 0.082, we can approximate it as 0.08, or R can be equal to 2 calories per Kelvin per mole. As per the requirement, use the value of R. For this question, which R value you will use? 0.08, because pressure is given in atmosphere. Otherwise, you have to convert everything. What if you use R as 8.314? What if you use R as 8.314? Then this to be converted into Pascal. How much is 1 atmosphere in Pascal? This to be how much in Pascal? Tell me, Darshan. This atmosphere pressure, in case you are using R with this value, what will be the change to be done here? 50 into 1 atmosphere equal to how many kilopascal? I had given it in the beginning of the chapter. 1.13 10 raised to 5 Pascal. That value you have to take. Or else if you take directly 50, then you'll use this one 0.08. And you will get the value also in the accordingly in that unit. Better you convert this into SI system itself, so that you'll get the answer in SI system. So your conversion depends on the options. You check option whether given in the SI system or CGS system, accordingly work. Now here you have the freedom to select any of the system, because I'm not giving the answer. Convert, I suggest you to convert it into SI system and do the answer. Get the answer in SI system. Understood? That is to find the value of B. Once you find the value of B, how do you find value of A? Assume you get some value of B. This also I'll leave as a homework. We'll check it in the next class. Find the answer of B in which unit I said? SI unit. What is SI unit? For B. What is SI unit for B? What is the unit of B? V by N, no. V by N. That should be meter cube per mole. Your answer should be in meter cube per mole. Find the answer. We will see it in the next class. Then, how do you find the value of A? for which you can use any of these relations. To find the value of A, we can use these two relations where there is B and A relation. Which is better? This has another term R. So PC is better because it has only A and B terms. Take this relation from here. Keep A on one side. A will be equal to PC, that is 27 times PC into B square, right? PC into B square. Fine. Once you get the value of B, you can directly apply it here. Once you get the value of B, you can directly apply it here. Or suppose you do not know the value of B, then how do you make it? If you have not found the value of B, if you have not found the value of B or B is not known, assume some question is asked where you have to find A without knowing B. Then what would you do? B equal to VC by 3, no? From here, B equal to VC by 3. Take this. So A will be equal to 27 times PC into, how much is B? VC by 3 power 2. Apply it and find. You can cancel the common terms and proceed. This gives you, this is 9. 9 3s are 3 PC into VC square. Okay, VC is not known, no? There. Instead, you can say from here the value of B. You have to take value of B from here because this you can't use. If VC is given, you can use this. In the question VC is not given, then you take the value of B from here. What is B here? I'm telling you for this question, you don't require this because B anyhow you are going to calculate. You can directly apply it here. This formula you use. I'm telling you in case the value of B is not known, then still you have to find A. Then rearrange from here, not from here because VC is not given in this question. According to the given question, you have to operate the here. What is B? B will be equal to 27 times R into TC by 8A, right? That part you have to apply here. Why can't I apply this? Because VC is not given in the question. If VC is given, you can use that. So this will be 27 PC B. Okay, this to be B equal to 8A by 27 into TC into R. Isn't it? B is here, no, we have to take it here. So 8A by 27 R into TC. Substitute that here. B, that is 8A by 27 TC into R whole square. Do you know all the terms here? PC, TC, R, everything is known, no? Now you can apply that. Are you getting me? This will be 27 ones cancels with this. That gives PC 64 PC into A square divided by 27 TC into TC square into R square. And this is equal to A. So A and A once cancels there. Then you keep A here and rest to the other side. You get the value for A. So what is A here? A is equal to 27 TC square R square divided by 64 PC. All these things you need not by heart. You can just try to get it as required. Solve it and tell me the answer in the next class. The value of A and B I need here. Fine. Note the next question. Get the value of A also in the SI unit. Which is SI unit of A? What is SI unit of A? Anyone? SI unit of A. Newton meter per power 4, mole power -2. In that unit, you have to get the value of A, where R required use in SI system. Right? Volume of 0.0168 moles of oxygen. Volume of 0.0168 moles of oxygen obtained by decomposition of KClO3, potassium chlorate. KClO3, potassium chlorate, and collected by displacement of water is 428 ml. By displacement of water is 428 ml. At a pressure of 754 millimeter of mercury. Pressure of 754 millimeter of mercury at 25 degrees Celsius. Calculate the vapor pressure of water at this temperature. Calculate the vapor pressure of water at this temperature. What to calculate? What is vapor pressure of water? Called as aqueous tension, no? It is called as aqueous tension. What is the symbol we use? Aqueous tension, F. Hence F to be found. Right? While explaining about the partial pressure, I had said some experiment where water to be collected over. Have you explained? Did I explain about that? Total pressure equal to
Yes,
pressure
ma'am.
of the dry
Yes,
gas
ma'am.
plus aqueous tension. You know what is aqueous tension, right? This question is based on that concept, right? Where total pressure, total P equal to pressure of dry oxygen. There I explained about hydrogen, but this is about oxygen plus aqueous tension. Okay, that is the question. You have to find aqueous tension. What is given here? This is total pressure. Total pressure is given. This is given. In order to find aqueous tension, we have to find pressure of dry hydrogen gas. Okay, how to find pressure of dry hydrogen gas? We have these many data here. We have the formula P1, or I can take P0 V0 by T0 equal to P1 V1 by T1. Here not zero condition stands for standard. 1 stands for laboratory measured values. You can take P1 V1 T1 and P2 V2 T2, no problem in that. But in order to indicate this is a standard condition, we are using it. That's it. Applied here, what to find? P1 to be found, which will be equal to pressure of oxygen. This is equal to P1. P0, 760. V0, how much is V0? 22,400. That is for 1 mole. But remember, they have given number of moles here. So 0.0168 mole, how much? The volume into 22,400, right? So this volume will be 0.0168 into 22,400 divided by T0, 273, equal to P1 into V1. How much is V1? 428 divided by T0, 25 degrees Celsius. This is 298 Kelvin divided by 298. From here, you have to solve for P1. Solve for P1. Once you solve for P1, what is P1? P1 equal to pressure of dry oxygen gas, right? Then what you would do? Therefore, F equal to P total minus P of O2, that is P1. P total you have 754 minus what answer you get here, substitute, that gives you the value of F. Fine. This also I'll leave you as a homework. You have to fill it, get it in the next class. Calculation is required there. Do the calculation and get the answer for the next class. Fine, students, understood?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
22,400, how it comes, ma'am?
That is molar volume at STP. Which value you are using? 22,400 is a V naught value. V naught here, 22,400 for 1 mole. But they have given 0.0168 mole. Therefore, I have multiplied by 0.0168 into 22,400. What is your doubt? Why 22,400 is a molar volume, right? Volume occupied by 1 mole of a gas at STP. Are you using 22,700 value? Is that your doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I would like to give some clarification for this. Listen, this 22,400, it is the STP condition when pressure is kept as 1 atmosphere. Okay. And 22,710 you get when pressure is 1 bar. Okay. Understood? But the question is whether to take 22,710 or 22,400. I suggest you to take 22,400 itself. Okay. The reason is in some of the questions which were solved in the earlier reference books, they have used the same values. And if the examiners take the question from those type of reference books, they'll be using the same value. With respect to that, you'll get the options. Hence, if you put 22,700, what would happen? Your answer will slightly vary. It will not be wrong. You can use 22,700 also. It is a slight difference, right? Slight difference. It will not vary much, but from the option, you might find some difference. Or in case your examiners, if they have used 22,710 as the volume, then you are using 22,400, then also there will be slight difference. But nothing to worry. You will get the answer more or less as given the options. Slight difference doesn't make much mistake in your answer. Am I clear? Am I clear, student?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So take 22,400 itself for any calculation whenever you require molar volume. Got it? If that volume is in the denominator, your answer might be slightly smaller or larger according to the position of the V and options. Slight difference might be there. It will not make any mistake in the calculation. Move to the next question. According to the kinetic theory of gases, the energy per mole of a gas equals to write the options, 0.5 RT, 1.5 RT, RT, 2.5 RT.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Am I audible?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್.
Yeah. So kinetic energy by 2 RT is the correct option. B as right. Next question. The average kinetic energy of ideal gas, average kinetic energy of ideal gas in calories. In calories. In calories per mole. Average kinetic energy of ideal gas. Per right option. First one. 1.5 times the average temperature. 2 times the average temperature. 3 times or twice. Average temperature. None.
Voice is not audible, ma'am.
Unmute it. Unmute it. Your this thing is yeah.
Any problem in this? Where this one?
Anish is coming now. Now it is audible. It's audible. It's okay. Okay. Don't touch. Now you are muted. It's okay now. ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು.
Okay.
ಅನೀಶ್ ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅನೀಶ್ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತಂತ ಅನೀಶ್. ಸಾಕು ಬಿಡಿ. ಸಾಕು ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಆಯ್ತು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತೇ ಇರೋದು ಬಿಡಿ ಸಾಕು. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು.
Yeah, now it is clear.
Yeah, okay. Answered? Have you answered? How you get that? Kinetic energy equal to 3/2 RT. What is R in calories per mole? The value of R, it will be 3/2 into 2, right? And given just before this, into T. So this will be 3 times T. You get the C as the right option. Next question. Note the next question. 50 ml of hydrogen. 50 ml of hydrogen diffuses out through a small hole. Diffuses out through a small hole. Small hole in 20 minutes. 50 ml of hydrogen diffuses through a small hole in 20 minutes. The time taken for 40 ml of oxygen to diffuse through the same hole. time taken by 40 ml of oxygen for diffusion through the same hole. Question based on what concept?
Graham's law
Graham's
of
law.
diffusion.
Yes, Graham's law. Here, rate of diffusion. If hydrogen is taken as a 1 and oxygen as 2, then R1 by R2 will be equal to
V1
relation?
T1 divided by V2 T2.
T2. Yes, V1. In terms of volume, it is V1 and T2 divided by V2 T1. Correct? But R1 and R2 values are not known. Rate of diffusion is not given. But they have mentioned about hydrogen and oxygen. Hence, we can say this is E1 equal to square root of M2 by M1, no? Isn't it? This ratio is known. This molar mass ratio is not required. But R1 and R2, none of the values are given. Therefore, we can use this ratio. Now substitute. This is V1 and this is T1. This is V2, T2 to be found. Substitute here. V1 is 50 into T2 divided by 40 into 20, which is equal to square root of M2. M2, 2 is for oxygen, that is 32 divided by M1. 1 is for hydrogen, which is equal to 2. 32 by 2 gives you 16. Square root of 16 is 4. Therefore, T2 equal to 4 into 40 into 20 by 50. Answer is? Check how much you get the answer. Check the answer and tell me in the next class.
6.4 seconds.
6.4 seconds, sir. How come it is in seconds? Given time is in minutes, no? Time given is in minutes, right? Check your answer.
$384 seconds, 6.4 minutes.
6.4 minutes you get. Why you have taken it in seconds? Take it in minutes only, right? Complete that and get the answer in the next class. Huh? 13 point. Why each one is getting different answers? Check it and get me in the next class.